Question number 3, Ariane Burgess.
To ask the First Minister, ahead of the publication of the next report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change next week, what the Scottish Government is doing to ensure that Scotland plays a leading role in tackling the global climate emergency.
First Minister.
I look forward to the publication of the next IPCC report. I certainly hope it leads to accelerated action to tackle the climate emergency on a global scale. The Scottish Government is, and it's important that it continues to take action, both here at home but also working to support the global effort to tackle climate change. Earlier this week I chaired a Cabinet subcommittee focused on, firstly, our response to the recent Committee on Climate Change report and also looking at progress towards the update of our Climate Change Action Plan.
Ariane Burgess.
I thank the First Minister for her answer. Scotland's history of heavy industry means that we have a significant responsibility to tackle climate change, the greatest challenge we face this century. We've also shown how we can lead from the front in transforming energy supply to a clean, green, renewable future. So does the First Minister agree with me that this decade is one of crucial choices, for example, on standards of homes and buildings, on transport patterns, on what we farm and how we use land, and that it is those areas that our future lies in, not squeezing more fossil fuels out of new oil fields like Rosebank and Jackdaw?
First Minister.
Yes, I do agree that this decade is a critical one if the world is to avert what will otherwise be the catastrophic impacts of climate change. Indeed, the issues that the member highlights, for example, how we decarbonise the heating of our homes, further decarbonise transport, were exactly the issues we were discussing at the Cabinet subcommittee that I referred to and that I chaired earlier this week. So the Scottish Government is focused on making sure that we take the action necessary. The member is right to point out that countries like ours that have done the most to cause climate change and have benefited from emissions down the generations now have a particular responsibility to take action to combat climate change. And that undoubtedly includes the transition away from fossil fuels to clean, renewable sources of energy, and that is important for Scotland. It's important for Scotland in the context of the climate emergency, but of course the North Sea is a declining basin, so it is important for other reasons as well. But it's also important that that transition is a just one, which is why our work on just transition is so important.